What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster in Chief. And tonight in the Brew Lab, I'm coming at you with another best of three fresh brew, something that wasn't working in best of one in the previous season, and now I've created a little sideboard action for it, and I think it might actually be just freaking perfect now. So I have decided to go in blind with this one. No testing. I've just thrown it together and I'm going to play it. And these videos are going too long. I can't do 1 hour clips. I just can't. Like, for restrictions due to internet and stuff that I don't want to get into. But so I'm going to try my best to just do 2 matches. Depending on how long they go, it might just be the one. But the point here of these best of 3 videos is to show you some fresh and interesting stuff that might actually be pretty good on the ladder. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. And we're going to be looking at Boros Smitty. And it's mostly Ixalan cards. You know, pretty much only Ixalan cards, really. We've got some Sunfalls from March of the Machine. We've got some, you know, non-Ixalan stuff in the side. We're bringing in some Lithomantic Barrages. We all know what that is for. I've got Brotherhood's End to try and deal with Boros Convoke. Get lost if we run into Planeswalkers, because we have no Planeswalker hate here in the main. And then Invasion of Gobakhan for some, you know, get in there, find out what the opponent has, and potentially, you know, tax it a little bit so that we can close the game out before they fire off their own Sunfall or whatever. Unlicensed Hearse for the graveyard hate seems to be sort of a sideboard staple. And then 1 additional Chimil in case we want to have 2 in the main, you know, at some point against maybe Control, because it does make all of our spells uncounterable, and the Discover 5 is really, really good. So this deck wouldn't surprise too many people. I was a huge lover of Dowsing Device during Ixalan. Now we get to try it again and see if a deck like this, which was terrible during Ixalan, it could do something now during you know, the new format. And it's really explosive what we can do with this. So it's a combination of Poetic Ingenuity and Dowsing Device that really form the backbone. Then the Smithy is sort of the closer, and I'll get to that. But for those of you who missed this card, it's really quite spectacular. Whenever you cast a artifact spell, you create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Then when that creature attacks, it makes a treasure. And that adds more artifacts to the battlefield, which will then trigger the Dowsing Device. And, you know, you get to make the dinosaur that just attacked a little bit bigger, until at which point it flips into the Geode Grotto, and then it becomes like a kind of Michigo's Reign of Truth for artifacts only. And, you know, it becomes a land as well, which kind of ramps you sometimes. Really, really cool. We're going to be gaining a bit of life with Clay-Fired Bricks, which will also help us find our mana so that we can fire off all of our spells consistently. It's really mostly mono-white with just, you know, the sideboard is more filled with red stuff. So we've got 7 basic planes. The Clay-Fired Bricks are going to help us find them, and then later in the game we can craft and turn it into Cosmium Kiln, which I'm quite a fan of, giving everything a little +1/+1 and adding 2 more artifact tokens to the battlefield. At that point there will be 2/2s instead of 1/1s. Fantastic. We've got the Gnome here to stand in the way of some aggro in the early game. When it dies, you gain some life, a little bit of card advantage, and we can also use it as sacrificial fodder to the Dusk Rose Reliquary, which will be our way of dealing with artifacts, but it is also nice that it can hit creatures as well, and the fact that it has Ward 2 is great, and it's an artifact, so all humming along quite nicely. I'm also playing one of my favorite cards from Ixalan, the Blade Wheel Chariot / Spring-Loaded Sawblades, which can deal with 5 toughness creatures. Unfortunately, Vigilance is a problem for this, because it's only tapped creatures, but regardless, when you do get to craft it, this has won me so many games. I sometimes wish I wasn't a content creator and I didn't have to make fresh brews all the time, because this is the kind of card that I would have loved to play into the ground. You can craft it for 4, and then it just crews for 1, or tapping another artifact. And, you know, considering we have, you know, power stones, you know, little gnome guys. I mean, there's often something around that we can sacrifice. I beg your pardon, that we can tap to crew the Blade Wheel Chariot without even needing a creature. And then that's a 5/5. It's really quite a nice card. And then, like I said, the finisher is making a huge one of these gnome soldiers and then giving it haste with Dowsing Device and swinging for the kill. Like, out of nowhere. You can imagine, one of my favorites is you craft Thousand Moon Smithy into Barrack of the Thousands, and then you cast the Dowsing Device, which triggers the barracks, and then you make a massive gnome, and then the moment it enters the battlefield, you can give it haste with the Dowsing Device and swing for massive amounts of damage. It's incredibly explosive when it goes off, and, you know, when it doesn't, we have Sunfall to sort of keep aggro in check, and a nice little sideboard that should be able to help against other matchups. I always wonder why it does this. Like, I put them in at the same time, but this one ends up here. Sideboard is weird since they did that split thing. But anyway, that's the deck. I think it's pretty clear what the strategy is, so I don't feel the need to blab too much. And I think it's about time that we jump into some games and see how the deck holds up on the best of 3 Mythic ladder. Been testing some mono blue in unranked, like without, you know, mono blue without any haughty gins. I wouldn't play that card even if you paid me. But now we get to play mono blue in a different way, and it's looking really promising. For now, it's still a best of 1 deck. We may just dabble back into some best of 1 for the next video. Who knows? But it's really, really fun. Really, really fun. Like, finally, a mono blue, a viable mono blue that doesn't have any, you know, haughty gins in it and 100 counter spells, which is just irksome to me. Interesting. A bit of a longer wait time than my usual. I wonder what the time is now in Europe. Really, like in the evening. Should have loads of Europeans playing. I still think the majority of people play best of 1. Like, I mean, I know that from stats from WotC. There we go. Ah! It's one of these where it's just an immediate draw. Never understood why this happens. But okay. Yay, great content. On to the next one. I guess, like, we've talked about this in the comments before. Like, I think it's just they quit the game. There we go. Now it's immediate. Sarato 88. I've gone full Boros. Boros sleeves, Boros avatar. Oh, that is a freaking perfect hand. Oh my god. Yeah, enough lands, thank you. Mono red, huh? Okay, okay. Thran Spider is gonna really help against this matchup. Oh. Okay. There are some decisions to take here. Depending on what the opponent deploys next turn, we may actually go for the Ingenuity first. Okay. That is no bueno. The race is on. I think we just go Smithy, flip the device. Oh wow, this is some really weird mono red. You can't cast that. You take 4. Now we make a huge Smithy dude. Or gain 2 life. No Bloxies. Oh, this is gearing up to be a phenomenal turn if we can just survive long enough. I'm sure he's got some removal, that's fine. Let's get rid of one of these attackers for good. We kind of just have to win now. So, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. But we can put down a fair bit of chump blocky action. Also, you know, chump blocky action that gains life. Alright, Interesting. I don't think we need Chimil. We're not going to get there. We can cut one Sunfall. Let's bring in some Brotherhood's Enzes. Yes, it kills our own little... Yeah, I mean, that's... I'm okay with that. Or we just bring in some Get Lost. Now, you don't really want to be Get Losting mono red. And then Brotherhood's End can deal with his anvils. It'll also kill a bunch of our things, but weird ass mono red for best of 3. I'm gonna be crazy and try this. We won game 1, so it gives me a bit of wiggle room to test what the opponent's siding in, and then we'll decide whether those Sunfalls are necessary in match 3 if we lose this one. Amazing. Amazing. Just need one more land. Oh, we found a way to find said land. Mono red is just so freaking consistent. It's insane how consistent it is. We just go for the Brotherhood's End now, even though it gives his okay. I'm playing a bit, you know, hot and loose. Okay. Whew. Watch this. With 5, I mean, unless he wants to kill it, no? Sure. That's a bit terrible. One power stone. We're dead. We're dead. All right. You know, I kind of was begging for that one. I don't think Chimil is ever gonna get there. We just had, I should have fired off those Brotherhood's ends when I had the chance. Game 3. Yes. This gains us life draws as a card. It's also 3 toughness. Now we've just gained another. We've got the mana for Sunfall. We're going to play a 4 toughness blocker now. Good luck. You know, should we need to fire off the Sunfall at some point, we'll be able to. This person's playing a very, very strange version of... Back up to 20. And we're getting ready for the Sunfall. That's maybe just a bit too much mana, but we can also Sokenzan. We've got the Man's Land. Oh, please don't hit a... Yes. Oh, this is great. So we can chump the flyer and lose our Thran Spider. Who cares? Oh, wait. Good point. Ah. Whoops. Get out of my face. Okay, we really need some artifact to cast on top of Poetic Ingenuity. Of course, he had his own one. Might even have Monstrous Rage, no? Okay. Cool. Yeah. I haven't seen a single Spring-Loaded Sawblades in 3 games now. And there's 3 of them in the deck. 4 of them in the deck. It'd be really nice to find one, honestly. For sure. Woo-wee! Now, next turn, I'm gonna craft. Get out of here, Mono Red. Get freaking stuffed, mate. Yes. Okay, that's a meta deck, which we took down pretty easily, felt like. Loved having that little bit of life gain from the gnome dying and the little 2 mana thing finding me lands and whatnot. Just fantastic. Fantastic. And that was nice and quick, so we can fit in another match, maybe 2. So that's actually like the first like meta deck I've faced in best of 3 since I've started playing best of 3, which is crazy to me. Maybe it's because I'm a little lower in the Mythic rank, but I'm not that low. I'm like 97 or 8 or something like that. So it seems a bit... I was a bit shocked with how many non-meta decks I was running into. Shocked and much, you know, and you know, happy shock. Shocked and pleased. It's gonna be another draw. No, it isn't. You can tell from the sound it makes. Okay. Just a little longer for whatever reason. This deck is sick. Just sick, man. Okay, so now we're playing against this new Temur thing. Yep, definitely the new deck. Yep, there's the Aftermath Analyst. It's a scary one. Let's see if we can win this, honestly. Might not be possible. I haven't played against this in best of 3. I really, like, in best of 1 occasionally, you run into it. I win most of the time, but... Ooh, there we go. That's the card I was worried about seeing. But he didn't take it. He left it in the yard. Fine. Since it's a bit of a slower match. They have to have all these basic lands because probably, I mean, I haven't seen the green yet, which is interesting. Oh, that is a nice top deck. Let's see if they run counter magic. You gotta admit, that's freaking sick. I doubt there's counter spells here, so like... I'm gonna... count on being able to resolve a Chimil, and that's gonna be so good. I'll one-of in the main. He hasn't found any green yet for the Analyst. I'm assuming that's what he's gonna find now with the Brokers. There we go, but it enters tapped. Okay, change of plans. Because he didn't tap out. Hello. So sick, man. So sick. Even if, even if we get hit with the sweeper, I'm feeling confident, and I think this is the type of deck where I'll probably bring in those Gobakhans and the Unlicensed Hearst to, eat all of these things from his graveyard, because he's trying to ramp, right? At some point he casts that spell that brings back all of these, fetch lands, or whatever you want to call them, from Streets of New Capenna. Fine. Here comes Chimil. You've left yourself uncovered, mate. 6. Oh, discarding a Chandra like that? Really? I could have actually won there. That was a bit of a misplay. Put that in hand so we get more dinos next turn. Fortunately, this deck doesn't play much artifact gates, and there's no white, so no farewell to have to deal with. It's just a thing of beauty, mate. Uncounterable now because of Chimil. Ooh. Ooh. Now we can go about this so many different ways now. I could just, whatever. Crazy, we haven't found like our Moon Smithy except for that first match against Mono Red. Minus 22. Just, you know, just casual. So I think the hearses, these load blades are going to be useless. There's not too many creatures. We need to stop him from, you know, finding the stuff that he needs. It's also an artifact, in case that, you know, you missed that. You know, maybe the odd Dusk, but I saw Chandra's in there, so that's good. This for eating his graveyard. Let's go. Let's go. And you can imagine how easy it is to flip a Gobakhan when you're making those hasty dinos. Hell yeah. Just talk. It really feels like they're listening sometimes. Oh, I didn't see a Smithy in it. 2 Smithies opening hand. Blue? No, Astros, yeah, probably blue. There's the Virtue. That's one of the main cards in the deck. That's enough lands now, thank you. He needs to get to the 7, and then he can fire off that gigantic spell in our face. What's it called again? I can't even remember. It's like a gruel card. Oh, top deck city, baby. Let's see if there's counter magic. Nope. That's nice. There's no point in attacking here. Now he's just going to do the thing. And what? He gets 3 back. That's the ramp he needs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he can cast this now. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think this time we're dead. I mean, he still needs to have the thing in hand to do the thing and do to do, but... Right, 3, 4, 5, yeah, I mean 5, 6, 7, he can play that. Ah, you freaking slimy human being. Yeah, nice. This time he drew the right side of his library. I mean, there's still they probably only run like 2 of the main win con. And maybe like 1 Chandra, but whatevs. We've got a 3rd match to try. Okay, that's 3. So not everything dies. Come on, man. Don't make me flood like this. I don't think he can do it, like, you know, he needs to... There's still a turn to go. He needs to cast that. Now he's only got, you know, 3 blue. There's not enough to do anything now. Decline. I think we're dead. It's now or never. I think we're dead. 24 exactly. Shee. Nice. So close. Soul's Rage. That's what the card's called. Okay. Same deck. This has to be my final one. I have to go pick up my kids up the road. Worldsoul's Rare. Like, who would ever have thunk that a deck like this could be even a thing, you know? I just really want a 3-drop artifact, please. Or a Gobakhan or something that's actually useful. Ask and you shall receive. Boom! Smitty coming down next turn. It's maybe just, you know, the speed we needed. Oh, just wow. Wow. Of course he had it. Any artifact off the top, please. Any artifacts? Anybody got some artifacts for me? That's 4. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Even better, because now we get to go like this. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, if we lose this one, I'll be so cut. Okay. Yes. Ooh. Okay, how can I win this? Think. Okay. More mana was an essential part of the equation. Oh. One mana less than what I actually needed. Oh, he doesn't have the 2 green. And all of his interaction is sorcery speed so far. Oh, baby. The 4 mana. Yeah, that's game. We can, oh no, because... Oh, I forgot about that aspect of it. Of course. Nice, man. This deck is freaking I think it's still enough. I think we still got him. 10 life. 11 life. And we're dead next turn, you know, probably. Just keep drawing freaking lands. Okay, got the Sokenzan. Ooh! Can also do the clarified bricks. I don't think he can do it this turn yet. Seven. Counting how many of these things he has in his graveyard to gain life with. Okay. That we just kill immediately with the Get Lost. Oh, he milled the Worldsoul. He's gonna fire off the Worldsoul, and he's gonna gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. He's gonna gain 6 life. 10. 5 life, actually, not 6, so he goes up to 9. I think we got him. Yes! I could have activated both Geode Grottos. Alright, people. I'm gonna have to leave it at that. But we took down Mono Red. We took down Worldsoul's Rage, Temur, Ramp, whatever you want to call it, that people are playing now. And that makes me very, very happy. And I hope that gives you the inspiration to try out something like this for yourselves. I'm going to, of course, leave this everywhere for you guys to go copy and enjoy. But a very, very fun deck. And I am a huge fan of the synergies between Poetic Ingenuity, Dowsing Device, Stars and Moon, Smithy. I may continue to work on this and see if we can't do it in other colors. Maybe bring in some, you know, a third color. Maybe go Jeskai. You never know. So stay tuned for that. But that is going to have to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the Brew Lab, signing out. Peace, y'all.